What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. As we know, Dr. Umar finally got an opportunity to meet Sukiyana. And that is them in that photo there. And I want to have a discussion that is going to ruffle some feathers, right? Now, let me just tell you this about Black America. And most of you brothers know this. You've been around the community. Some of you brothers have been around the community for 60, 70, 80 years. I don't think much has changed when it comes to that. But in Black America, we have a few different type of personalities when it comes to black men. And I want to talk about one of those personalities, which is the charismatic personality. These people are usually our leaders. They are propped up into positions of leadership because of their ability to speak, to navigate through social circles that may benefit them. They can be very elusive when it comes to accountability, but because they can talk their way out of almost anything. And that guy typically is, he's a very strong relationships with women, multiple women. You might call some of those guys, white guys call him Chad. Some may call Pookie and Ray Ray. But these guys do very well on surface. Personality or good looks or both, and the ability to have swag. Okay? These guys feel that they can talk themselves into or out of anything. And because of these guys' inability to actually build anything, they never accomplish anything that's tangible. They can talk about it and it sounds good. They can even influence, but they can't build. Then you have guys who are just in the middle. They don't really do anything very special. But then you have the other class of black men that, in my honest opinion, are looked down upon, or they go unnoticed. Your builder class, your A.G. Gaston type black men, your Robert Smith type black men. You don't have to be a millionaire to be a builder. You can be a sports coach. You can be a principal. You can bring new things and developments into black society, African society. But you're the person that makes sure that the job gets done. If it were not for you, that idea or those things won't be there. You are a difference maker because of you. I don't care if you're in the household or whatever. Because of you, things are working. Right? Now, why did I say that to say this? The charismatic guy believes, I told you, he can talk his way into anything without producing any results. This is Dr. Umar Johnson and many other black men out there. They feel like their game is good, their sexual prowess is good, and all of those things that are very much convincing in today's world is good. And in the case of Sukiyana, Dr. Umar Johnson believes that he has the mouthpiece to get her to change her ways. He has the mouthpiece to get black women and girls to get some sort of notoriety because of his ability to speak and influence. Because that's why Dr. Umar Johnson goes around talking about he's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You will hear that epithet describing himself. He will go out talk about he's the greatest orator of the 20th century and those things. And one of the reasons why he says that is because Dr. Umar Johnson just can't build. He's not a builder. He doesn't build communities. There is nothing tangible that he does outside of running his mouth. Now, when he runs his mouth, it's usually true and it sounds good, but he runs his mouth, right? So when you see these ladies out here who are ratchet and they're Glorilla-like and all these things, and you want to change them, then the question is, what do you have to replace that they're already getting? Okay? If you want your women to look decent, you want them to be honorable women, you want them to have X, Y, and Z, what do you have? The question is that. And when you look at a man like Dr. Umar Johnson, he doesn't give any woman who is already living a shady lifestyle any reason to change outside of the fact that she wants to change. And that ultimately is because he's not a builder. You see, let me just tell you something. And this is going to hurt, but I want you guys to understand something. Black men, whoever they deal with, of any culture or race, one of the best ways to get women to listen to what you're talking about is to produce the communities that you want to see that have rules of engagement. But it takes investment to be there. That means sacrifice. This is a word that is very uncommon to black men when we talk about community. A lot of black men understand sacrifice themselves, right? But when you want to put a community together, it takes a lot of work. As you guys know, I'm a part of the Kingana community, which is in Uganda. It's something I've started, and it has taken almost 5 years to develop, but it's taken a lot of work. Same thing when I was in the Black Manosphere. It took a lot of sacrifice. But Umar is not a guy who will sacrifice for the greater good of anybody but himself. Okay? So when you're running your mouth telling Sukiyana that she needs to change her ways because she's starting it up, you got to also remember she's being rewarded to behave that way. And for a man such as yourself that doesn't have a pot to piss in, it sounds good what you're saying, but it will have no impact because you cannot replace what she's getting. And those are the men who get power. Those who can replace or substantiate what a woman is getting. What benefit is she, or what benefit does she receive from being in your community? And when Dr. Umar talks to any black woman, there is no benefit, because Dr. Umar Johnson is a constitutive beggar. It is constant. Cash apps. Owns nothing. Brings no money to the table. Can't commit. Not to a woman or to an idea for the most part. So how are you going to talk to that woman about she needs to change her lifestyle when you can't offer her a lifestyle that is better? And that tends to be the problem in Black America. What we want to do is we're very critical of blacks. We're very critical of women or men, and we don't really bring things to the table that would get somebody understanding our vantage point. And that is because to build those things, it takes work. It takes effort. Nobody cares about your opinion when you can't feed them. Nobody cares about your opinion when you cannot house them. Nobody cares about your opinion until you can do anything for them. But when you can change lives by the community that you have, the rules of engagement, then it gives somebody the opportunity to listen to you. And one of the reasons why black men or black women are having so much hard problems together is because either group is not really offering the other group what they really want or what they have, because you don't see a lot of sacrifice in the communities of each respective gender. But when we're dealing with black women, this is completely true. And Dr. Umar, she's gonna look at you as possibly, a guy who's gonna probably ask her for a donation. You don't have what it takes. A woman can't respect no man that don't have no infrastructure of development. It's hard. Your mouth can only get you in the door so far before your ass can cash that check no more. Before that check bounces. You see. And that's exactly what you need to do. Nobody says it's going to be easy, man. When you want to get respect from women, you have to work. Want your woman to be humble, having the right attitude, got to create that environment for her to do that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.